Hello, welcome to IndiaGlitz.com. You're with your friendly neighborhood reviewer once again reporting for duty. Happy to say, lots of films coming my way, which I sort of got right. One is Sachin Tendulkar, A Billion Dreams, making money. Hindi medium also making money, and that's the box office scorecard, so as to say, almost catching up with Half Girlfriend. Bahubali crossing 500 crores and Dangal crossing 1,000 crores in China. So what are we left with? This week was going to be very crowded, so I had lots of films to pick. So coming in this week, I had about 4 or 5 films to choose from. You had Baywatch, no. Wonder Woman, couldn't find the Hindi version, so I said, that's a Hollywood film. And we had Death in a Gunj, very few shows. And the one that I saw, Dobaara, I love horror. I love the genre of horror. I thought, let me go check that out. So Dobaara it is that I talk about today. I've actually done a horror film myself, 3 a.m. If you guys haven't seen, go check it out. Where a number of critics had, nice-ish things to say about 3 a.m. The first half was very much like Paranormal Activity. The second half fell away, and we agree with that as, people who made the film. So even then, I remember a number of people saying they were disappointed because they wanted to be scared more. They wanted a Conjuring. They wanted like this Nightmare on Elm Street and Omen and all that. So every time you go into a horror film, there's this pressure that the horror film has to deliver the shivers and the scare factor. So I walked in, of course, knowing Oculus. What is Oculus? A Hollywood film that had a brother and sister that were haunted by this mirror because something had happened with the mirror in their past. Somebody had been killed. Lots of things had happened. So this is not your gore fest like your Saw, slash and dice kind of film. This one's a little psychological. But this film would work only if the editing was spacey. And even if the scene and the screenplay would move fast. Prabal Raman made 404. Error Not Found, had a different mindset always as far as that was concerned. And the time that I met him, as an editor, he really knew what he was doing. But the problem with this film is where in the first half, I felt it really drag. Huma Qureshi and Saqib, Saleem, otherwise I think very fine actors. But I think they kept it very low because the setup of it was, I think, in the third gear. I was waiting for it to kick off. It did kick off in the second half towards the last, say, 15-20 minutes of it. But as a result of that, you were lulled into a very slow pace. Adil Hussain, very underrated actor, fantastic theatre actor, did a great job in this of a man, although they didn't show him happy enough, but then he gets possessed by something. As you know the story, you understand. Except for this wonderful actress, Madalena. She, I think, is the crux of this film and doesn't overdo it, but the eyes and the face and the sort of mannerisms were really, really something to look forward to. Gives you the chills and the real thrills. Bad casting with Lisa Ray. I think Lisa Ray just can't act, man. So it really creates a problem as far as the film is concerned. And Adil Hussain is so fantastic. Thankfully, Adil Hussain and Madalena have the most scenes. And there's this sensuality, sexuality, this undertone of it without really showing too much of it, which is what I really like. So it goes back and forth between Huma Qureshi and Saqib Saleem and Adil Hussain and Madalena. And that's where the fun of it happens. Yes, I wish the scenes had been detailed a little bit more, especially a lot of the technicalities of it, because in Oculus there's a lot of that is really exciting. The thermometers and the temperature gauges and all that. That's what I would have really liked. And I think they've really underplayed it, which is why I sort of feel I'm not getting scared enough. I'm not saying I'm a Ramsey Brothers fan or even a Ram Gopal Verma fan. I'm just saying that I would have wanted to be like a little bit more scared so that when the climax does build up, you're like, oh shh. But that doesn't happen. Once in a while that does happen, but it's not like the kind of scare that I would have wanted. So I'm a little disappointed, but not as much as I would have been if the last 15-20 minutes weren't so good. So those are really two good sequences in there. But like I said, it seems like this whole film needed injection of adrenaline, but otherwise quite a cool, slick film. So I'm sort of in a 50-50 situation here. I liked it also, but I still had a lot of complaints with it. And I know a lot of people say, why would you always think of the complaints? Because when you're watching it, you sort of lose the film. That's my problem with this film. Otherwise, I think the tension does build up. But, like I said, it's adhura. But watch it Dobaara. I would say, especially for Adil Hussain's performance, really, really good performance there. Deserves it. 2.5 stars is what I'm going to give because it had some chills and shivers, but not enough to keep me in my seat and looking at my phone more or looking through the eyes like this. I love watching horror film like this, man. It's like when nobody else can see. That's the fun of it, man. Salil, Acharya, my Twitter handle. And of course, all the comments coming down in between. We'll have to wait and see how this one does. There's really stiff competition this weekend as far as the box office collections are concerned. So this one is going to be a tough one. See you soon.